Good morning, good evening, good night. Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Lana, specialist gerontologist, passionate about caregiving, and welcome to Care and Thrive with Dr. Lana. That's me here on this channel for caregivers to take care of yourself. Putting on your oxygen mask first. All things to do with caregiving, yes, require a cape of courage, a cape of strength, a cape of superpowers. And sometimes you're just human and you just have to do the best you can. So, we talked a lot last time about finances. I hope you really benefited from it. And today we're going to talk about parenting in a different light. When you are the caregiver of your parent and they are telling you many, many times that you're not in charge of them. You're not the boss of them. You're not the boss of me. How many times have you heard that? How many times has it been? I know my grand has said, you didn't, you're not the mother here. You're not the grand. I am the grandmother. You're not the mother. I'm the mother. How many times has that come your way? You're trying to do your best, you're trying to keep them safe, and yet it seems to be a problem. So let's go right in. Feel free if you find this to be useful to you. Watch, like, subscribe, and press the notification bell for all further updates. We'll be here to talk. And in the live chat, feel free to let me know your experiences. So welcome back. As we said before, parenting. We're told once a man, twice a child, meaning that you're dependent as a child. You needed somebody to clean you, somebody to wash you, somebody to take care of you, someone to hold your hand, someone to teach you how to walk. And it seems like now your parents or older relatives have reached that stage. They need someone to help them to walk. They need to be maybe fed. They may need to learn, or their speech may be slow because of aging, or there's dementia or Alzheimer's where the memory and memories they're just not working as they did. Appetite is not what it used to be. They are not moving as we used to see them. And that can bring testing times, which is understandable. So when is there a line between which you do not cross, or where when you cross it, you then become the parent of your parents? Is that recommended? And what would your parents say? If they were in a corner talking to one another, what would they say? Now, I'm from Barbados and we have some plenty expressions when it comes to that. So if I slip into a little Barbadian, I will explain it to you. But wherever you are in the world, welcome. And there are so many millions of family caregivers. I am absolutely thrilled to be able to talk to you. So join in with me. This is the painful reality. According to both the American Association of Retired Persons, there are over let's say 15 million family caregivers, unpaid, mind you, but we dealt with that the last time. In America alone, multiply that or extrapolate that to the world. You can see how many millions of caregivers of working age have to take care of the parent. And as we said before, some may have different levels of frailty. Of course, the 70-year-old of now is much more sprightly. Many are driving, they're able to take care of themselves, they're able to cook, they're able to remember. Yes, you may have a parent, and if you have a parent with dementia or Alzheimer's, my heart goes out to you. Our family is a similar position, and it is distressing. There's just no way around it. It's distressing to see. But there are times when you find that there are lucid periods, and I wonder often. You wonder, am I doing just what I wouldn't want them to do to me, talk down to me Well, you know you're not supposed to, or don't hold the cup that way, hold it this way, you're going to make it fall. When do you turn into the parent of your parent? And is that good for your parent or grandparent? Let's chat about it. So, the Forbes magazine actually weighed in on this. Imagine that. And here's what they said: the worst advice for family caregivers, which is parenting your parents. Here's why. The reality is they will need your help at sometimes with intimate care. However, think about it this way. As this guy says, the writer says, some elder care experts say that when Asian parents stop acting in their best interests, the grown children must reverse roles or simply make them do the right thing. That was what he was told, and that was what was told to many of us. Well, they're not doing it right, do it for their safety. So, what is that right thing? Okay, they want to step up a step to get into bed. No, 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 mom, you can't do that. You're gonna fall. They want to take the cup from the upper cupboard which they used to do all the time. No, 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 they're gonna drop it, it's gonna break, you're gonna fall. You can't do that anymore. No, you can't light the stove anymore. No, I have to come and help you in the bath. Because remember the last time you slept, you almost fell. And I'm not going to the hospital. And remember the last time you nearly broke your hip. And remember how long you had to stay in hospital, how much that was. Would you want that to be told to you? Now, I know this is self care. And self care, yes. How is it self care for the caregiver? Because it is exhausting to do that all the time. Is it exhausting to do that all the time? Is it exhausting in your brain when you're at work, or even if you work part time and you're in and out, to think that they may be doing something that is disastrous for them? You won't be exhausted mentally and physically all the time. Well, relax. So here's how we can differentiate, how we can divide up those duties, so that we are not parenting our parents, because it here's why. It's demoralizing to them. It actually depletes or deprives them of what they can do. Have you even had a discussion and tested different plates or heights, or with the doctor, to see what they can and cannot do? Has there been all stops made to ensure that, one, even if there's an element of dementia, is there something that they can safely do for themselves? Can they feed themselves? Can they, or have you taken over that role as well? Would you want that done? If they can't feed themselves, knife and fork is a little bit difficult to organize. Have you found a different way? Have you chosen finger foods? That's been suggested. I think that's a fantastic suggestion. If they're way tolerant of it, finger foods, or maybe food blended or maybe just soup that they can use from a bowl. When it comes to footwear, have all the arrangements been done to ensure that the footwear is safe, so that you're not afraid that they might slip and fall? Has the bathroom been outfitted so it's at least as slip free as possible and outfitted for them? Have the carpets and rugs really been moved so that they're not flying carpets? Trust me, I've been on a flying carpet on the ground. I ended up on the ground. So we don't want that in an older person. Has the food or stock items in place where they can reach them at a safe distance, so they're not overreaching? Because it may truly not be safe for them to go to climb a ladder. Or even if they do want to maybe do a step, can you help them? Have you tried? You see, all these little things, literally from head to toe, are what they used to do for us. And even in somewhere in the back of their brains, they know. And that's where we get the resistance. We're the caregiver, you the caregiver, we the caregiver get that resistance from them. No, 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 I want to do this. Or you know what? Even worse, what we used to do as children, hide and then go and do it. Of course, I never hit. I was a model child, but anyway, that's beside the point. They go when you're not looking, and they go try to do it, and that's when they do get injured. So let's have a free, open discussion with them as adults, as the strong, as when I say strong, I mean as the capable. Let's not say strong because that may be debatable, but as the capable person that they are, what is in their capability to do. Chat with the doc, talk with the doctor, speak with the physiotherapist, strengthen any weak hands, strengthen any weak knees, get proper footwear, ensure that the area around is safe. Do all that you can. Have a sit down discussion and say, well, look, mom, dad, uncle, granddad, I really want you to be safe. Of course, this discussion can vary depending on the person's ability to understand what you're saying and process it. But at least, let's try. I want you to be safe. So, your plates, the foods, the cups, the saucers, help me or watch me. We're gonna put them somewhere where you can reach. Where's the highest you think you can reach? And then they will show you. Sometimes, yes, you may get a little resistance, but more often than not, as long as that discussion has been made, what have you done? You've given them back their dignity. There's less resistance. We each deserve our own dignity, our sense of pride, our sense of humanity, our sense of usefulness. So when you do everything for them, you stop them from doing everything. And then you're wondering, well, why are they in a corner in your rocking chair just watching and whiling away the time and looking at the doors outside and the windows and waiting for life to go? We did that. Because we told them they couldn't. The list of no, 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 no was way longer than the list of okay, maybe perhaps. Let's try. So I go on to say the article goes on to say, put just what we were saying, put yourself in that place. As you become physically less able, you you feel as if you're losing control. They feel as if they're losing control already. And then to add to that, the day to day decisions that we take for granted, going to the supermarket, going to the movies, this in post COVID case, you want to go someplace, or maybe you want to stay home, but you want to maybe exercise, or you want to do something differently, or you want to see your friends in a safe way. You want to just go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom. A basic human dignity right. Does it have to be a production of theater proportions just to go to the bathroom? Would you want that done? Think about it. Consider it. Consider the other person. Consider them on that other side, already feeling frail, already feeling as if I can't do this anymore. It actually makes them worse. So whether your older person is 70, 80, 90, 100, there's some quite sturdy 100-year-olds. We got plenty in Barbados. Really, I'm telling you. And they're strong. So consider, first of all, what their capacity to understand is. So the things. Consider their capacity to understand what you're saying. And if not, you may need an assistant to help with the day to day things. You may need someone to physically help them go into the bathroom. Yes, but up to a point. Let them do what they can in the bathroom. When it comes to reaching for groceries or reaching for dishes and cups that they would use, as I said before, discuss it with them. Or if there's no discussion, just place it where they can reach it, so they don't have to feel they have to ask you continually, and then it's like roll eyes on one side, and then they just don't bother to ask because it's not a problem, and then it creates a noise, as we say in Barbados, and a quarrel every single day. That's exhausting. Take care of yourself, take care of them, and everybody will at least have a smile. So the alternative, what's the suggestion? Here's what not to do, and then here's what to do. Never start a sentence with mom, dad, you have to. Not a good idea. That's going to start noise one time. Let's try, what do you think we should do? Or what would you like to do, mom? Or what would you like to do, dad? Let's choose as much as possible. And then you know what? Help them, let them help you work together with it. When it comes to footwear, just discuss the best footwear, safest one, and say, I know you like this rug in the house, but it's not as safe because look how slidey it is. So you can't use it there. Can I put it maybe on the wall that you can watch it? Or can I put it someplace else where it wouldn't be a danger to you? You see how the discussion sounds more like a collaboration as opposed to a parent and an authoritative figure, which anybody would resist. Last point. So that's first. Consider what their feelings are and have a discussion. Have a discussion first of all with the medical practitioner and therapy and anybody involved. Have a discussion with your family member in that same discussion, and do the activity with them. Discuss any changes that have to be made with them. If they're not capable of processing what you're saying, at least place things safely out of their reach, but place most things that they can do in their reach. And then focus on what you can do together. That's probably the most important thing. They can still smile, you can still share a joke, encourage them to talk about what was done before, encourage them to share their memories. Older persons love telling the same story over and over again. Go ahead, and you can do that, they can do that while you are putting away dishes. Or you know what, put it on the couch. You're going to do dishes, finish the dishes and want to dry them, put them on the couch where they are sitting with you. Or if they're able to stand, just stand in a safe place and let them do it. There's no harm in that. What have we done? We've given them back their dignity. I'll just read the last bit. It says, like the proverbial bad penny, this parenting your parents' business keeps coming back. However, this is probably parenting your parent is probably the one of the worst advice a family caregiver can get. So we're not doing that. We're not reversing roles. We're working on a collaborative effort with our parents, grandparents, our older relatives in terms of helping them to make the decision. So we are no longer the parent of our parents, but we are the, what should I say? It's a team effort. It has now become a team. We are working as a team. You're working as a team with them. I guarantee you it works. It puts a smile on their face. You feel less exhausted. And if you need to have someone to care, give them the instructions as well. Let them know if they have to come for part time. Let them know as well. Involve mom and dad or uncle or granddad in as much as possible. Do not, it's not recommended that they just sit all day or lie all day. Think of think of it. Did they do that when they were older? When they were younger and taking care of us? Mm-mm. Let's not do that to them. Again, it deprives them of their dignity. It deprives them of their what they feel or know they can still do and what they probably are able to still do. So it's make sure, ensure that when that our speech, our interactions, and our discussions with our loved ones are collaborative rather than competitive or authoritative. We're not telling, we are discussing. So if you found that helpful, if you can think in your mind, you know what? Maybe last time when I told mom, no, she can't, or I told dad, stop doing that. And we had a big difference of opinion. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Try collaborating instead. Dad, would you like, mom, what do you think? Or just start doing things together. It makes life so much better. It makes caregiving, it makes you feel as a caregiver so much happier because you know that you are not taking over a role that really isn't yours. You're never going to be their parent. We're never going to be their parent. So let's take the pressure off and let them be the parent, and we are their collaborators. in love. Until next time, it's wonderful chatting. Like, subscribe, press the notification bell for further updates, and I will see you, God willing, next time. So until then, call to action. If you need to take any further, if you're exhausted and you wish to take a further dive or a further chat with me, I am available. You can reach me at my email down below, Lana at Lana and MD, and feel free, we can have a Zoom call anytime. So wonderful chatting. Have a fantastic rest of, well, it's Friday, it's Saturday, so rest of weekend or wherever you are, whenever you hear this, have a wonderful, wonderful day and happy, happy caregiving.